growing up in my family, I grew up in Mesquite, Nevada, in a little town just northeast of Las Vegas. Very, very small. So my family consisted of 2 sisters, a brother, and myself, and then my mom and dad. My dad was an immigrant from Mexico, so Spanish was his primary language. I think he struggled with English a little bit. And my mom comes from, pioneer Mormon heritage. So 2 very different people that had come together. And yeah, I grew up there.
What was it like being the child of an interracial couple?
Okay, so when I saw that you were kind of prepping me ahead of time for this and you asked me that question, I was really fascinated by that question because I had never in my life considered myself the child of an interracial marriage. And I could not wrap my head around it for the longest time. My dad being, from Mexico, and then my mom coming, from pioneer heritage. They were 2 very different people, but it was all I really knew. So it was kind of easy coming from an interracial couple. Looking back now as an adult, I can see that there were so many challenges because my dad was very deeply still a true Mexican and my mom was very much an American. And so there were a lot of things they didn't do together, and they didn't maybe mesh as well as I think a lot of interracial couples do, but that was their own personal dynamics. But as far as like me growing up in it, I love it. I love that I'm, I guess, biracial. I love having mixed blood. I love that makes me a little more interesting. I have a tie to 2 different cultures basically, and I think that is so cool because I can connect with so many different kinds of people. I can mix with anybody. Throw me in a group of anybody and I'm great. And I'm not saying that not everybody can do that, but I think when you feel those familial ties with, 2 different groups, I think it just opens you up. And I love feeling a connection to the Mexican people and feeling a love for them that I think only comes through being blood. And then also just being super American. My friends tease me that I'm about as white as can be. I grew up in the United States. I lived a very American lifestyle. I never learned Spanish. My dad never taught me Spanish, and I regret that to this day, but he didn't teach it to me. So my connection is a little bit limited to the Mexican culture because I can't even understand them. But I do have a deep love that I think is, just from being blood.